Hello, one and all, and welcome to Tokyo Doichi Mura, a place I think aptly described as both a waking dream and or sober acid trip. Tokyo German Village is this cool, light theme park that you can find in Chiba, and is ironically named for the fact that it is neither in Tokyo nor is it in Germany, but whatever floats your boat, it remains a really good time and a place well worth visiting that is very affordable. It was only 1,000 yen for a car full of people. There's only 2 of us, but the savings are real, folks. The savings are real, and the good times are abound. The whole concept is really cool. You basically have this big image that's overlaid over the theme park ground that you'll see later in the video from a better vantage point that's really, really creative and unique. I know of nothing like this in Canada. But before you get into the thick of it, you are welcomed by a talking cat. Sort of a Alice in Wonderland vibe. And then from the talking cat, it's cool. You get light show bunnies. You're gonna get water that what looks like running water. You're gonna get something that looks like Rainbow Road from Mario Kart, very nostalgic. A Dr. Seuss house, a polar bear, and a sort of accusatory-looking penguin. In addition to that, I was describing this whole experience to Asagi at the time. I was like, this is just like legal crack for kids. I don't even want to know what is going on in a child's brain as they run around this like system overload experience. But it's pretty cool. I wish I had experienced something like this when I was young. Not enough singing cats when I was young. And you can see in the air kind of floating around here all these like bubbles that are filled with smoke. So when you pop them, it looks really, really cool. I even convinced Asagi to dance at one point in time. Incredibly skilled. And everything's done in time to the music as well, which is very cool. Yeah, dance, dance. Look at those moves. Hours of practice, minutes even. So once we finished our dancing, one of the great things you have to try is all the German-themed food once you arrive here. And it is German themed, but of course there's that Japanese influence, so you can buy bulk packaged food and then do a sort of yakiniku barbecue with your family. But when it gets real German, where it gets real German is all the awesome German beers that you can get there. Not too expensive, great variety, and of course a lot of this is like souvenir omiyage that if you wanted to take it home, you could, and that's like $15 conversion. And they got these great, I'll say this too, you go to these vending machine kind of cafeteria style places in Japan, you might expect that the quality of food is going to be low because that's how it is in other places that I've been, but cafeteria style food, theme park food that you get in Japan is not like that. It's actually really, really, really good. And I was just really hungry when we got there, but then seeing the food, I was like, oh my God, I don't even have to like close my eyes and imagine that I'm in another place like in the Hook movie, making my own food with my imagination. This stuff is actually really, really good. Classic example you can see there is a sort of, I don't know, pretzel, if you would call it. Like, I'm sure there's a proper German name. You'd think that that might be kind of stale or something. No way. It was good. You can see Asagi approves here. Everything was delicious. Fresh, flaky, soft, buttery. So good. And I wasn't going to finish this meal without getting dessert. So I went over, I saw people having ice creams. I grabbed this one for only 540 yen, and then Asagi proceeded to kiss the ice cream. She liked it that much. And again, it was really, really good. Excellent ice cream, super delicious. I don't have a better adjective. Yeah, it was really good, and I was driving, so I couldn't have any beer, but Asagi was not, so I very much encouraged her to have an affixed, whatever that was. I couldn't read it that well that quickly as I go through this now. And the kind server allowed me to videotape, which was cool. And then after a short second, we got the beer, a quick kanpai, and with the power of editing, I make Asagi look like an absolute lush, and as though she finishes this within, like, I don't know, let's count it down. 3, 4, 5, 6. And she's done. What, at 10 seconds? She's really not that bad. It was more like it took her 20 seconds. Far more reasonable period of time. And upon completion of the beer, as though on cue, We went outside, saw people standing around, and they had a fireworks performance. So how cool is that? And the fireworks performance they had, I gotta say, was almost on par with what you might see at Disneyland. And I thought, when you compare, they gotta be doing something right, because when you compare the cost of going to a place like this, they're doing all sorts of amazing things with their budget, because this fireworks show, I mean, just look at it. It was exceptional. It was really good, and this is a small fraction of how long that it went on for. Finishing that, there were a few more things to see. Like I said, there was this kind of like Mario Kart Rainbow Road, so we went and walked through that, although I won't subject you to the entire walk through it. It is just a road of lights. And really, really cool was this sort of rocket ship that it was repeatedly doing this. I can say this was a fun experience. In Canada, wandering around this place would be something entirely different in itself. But that's it. Now we zoom out to the image that once you're at a good distance away from the vantage point, you can see what exactly they've done, and it's really cool. You got this bear with like toys popping out of this thing. You got this Jack in the Box. A fantastic experience, and I really hoped you enjoyed coming along with us for it. And I'll be making more videos like this soon, so please do like, subscribe, and share if you've enjoyed. Ciao for now. Peace.